What if I told you that one of the most advanced fluid control systems in nature isn't inside a laboratory, but inside the human body? Today we are exploring the hidden physics behind natural intimate lubrication, a system governed by pressure gradients, osmotic forces, vascular dynamics, and microscale fluid flow. This isn't just biology, it's fluid mechanics in action. Natural vaginal lubrication isn't simply a fluid being released, it's a dynamic filtration process driven by microgradients, tiny differences in pressure, ion concentration, and tissue permeability. During sexual arousal, blood flow to the vaginal walls increases, and this process called vasocongestion raises capillary pressure. And as pressure builds inside the blood vessels, plasma filters across the epithelial lining, and this filtered plasma becomes the primary component of lubrication. No glands pumping oil, no stored reservoir. It's a real-time fluid filtration governed by physics. Here's the key concept is transudation. When hydrostatic pressure inside vaginal capillaries exceeds the surrounding tissue pressure, fluid moves outward. This is classic Starling force equilibrium, the same principle that governs fluid exchange in lungs and kidneys. But here's where it gets fascinating. The vaginal epithelium is not uniform. It has micro variations in thickness, vascular density, and permeability. So these create microgradients, localized zones where fluid flow is slightly faster or slower. And the result is lubrication is not evenly distributed. It self-organizes based on pressure, friction, and mechanical stimulations. Once fluid reaches the surface, fluid dynamics take over. When movement begins, we are talking about movement of the penis inside the vagina during sexual intercourse. So when movement begins, shear forces distribute lubrication across the mucosal surface, and the viscosity of this fluid is carefully balanced, thin enough to spread and thick enough to reduce friction. Actually, this is the case of non-Newtonian fluid system. Under low stress, it remains moderately viscous. Under low stress, that means when penis moves inside the vagina slowly, in that case, stress developed is low. So under low stress, it remains moderately viscous. That means the fluid or the lubricant remains moderately viscous. And under high stress, means when the movement of the penis is rapid inside the vagina. In that case, the shear stress developed is high, and in that case, it becomes more slippery. That means the lubricant becomes more slippery, and that is the requirement. That is the requirement to that means you can see this lubricant. Okay, this lubricant is actually adaptive in nature. This lubricant is adaptive in nature because it prevents tissue damage while maximizing comfort. And this is engineered by nature. That means we can say this way that the nature engineered a responsive lubricant. Right? Lubrication isn't just mechanical, it's biochemical. The vaginal environment maintains an acidic pH. typically between 3.8 and 4.5. And this acidity is largely maintained by lactate produced by beneficial bacteria such as lactobacillus species. And these microbes create ionic microgradients, that means tiny differences in solute concentration that influence water movement through osmosis. So even after initial lubrication, osmotic forces continue regulating surface moisture. It's a feedback system. Blood pressure drives initial filtration. Osmotic balance fine-tunes hydration. Microbial chemistry stabilizes the environment. So you can see that physics, chemistry, and microbiology are working simultaneously during sexual intercourse. More specifically to say, vaginal intercourse. Now we are talking about additional lubrication. At certain points in the menstrual cycle, cervical mucus contributes additional lubrication. During ovulation, estrogen levels rise, cervical mucus becomes clearer, stretchier, and more elastic, sometimes compared to egg whites. And from a physics perspective, this mucus has increased viscoelasticity, and it forms microscopic channels that can guide sperm movement. It's a phenomenon studied extensively in reproductive biology. So you can see that the cervix is not just producing fluid, it's altering the rheological properties based on hormonal signals. Now we are talking about a few problems due to which lubrication can decrease. When microgradients are disrupted due to hormonal shifts, dehydration, stress, certain medications, or menopause, lubrication can decrease. Reduced blood flow means a lower hydrostatic pressure. Altered microbiome means changed osmotic balance. Thinner epithelium means altered permeability. And each factor shifts the delicate equilibrium. And that's why study of physics of this thing is so much important. You know, to restore balance, hydration, hormonal therapy, then microbiome support. These things are necessary to restore balance. And that's why the study of physics of this thing, means this lubrication, vaginal lubrication we are talking about, this thing is so much important. So you can see that the human body is a living laboratory of fluid dynamics, and natural lubrication is not random because it's governed by so many things like pressure gradients, osmotic forces, shear stress, vascular engineering, microbial chemistry. Actually, these microgradients, they are invisible, no doubt, but they are powerful because they orchestrate one of the body's most elegant protective systems. And you can easily see that we are studying actually biology, but inside biology, what is there? Advanced level physics, advanced level of physics. Means advanced physics is involved. Fluid dynamics is a branch of physics actually. So, today's discussion was all about the physics of what? Of vaginal microgradients. Mostly physics was involved. Okay. Anyway, so this was all about today's video, and this is the end. If you found this video fascinating, so please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks once again.